Yes, we give thanks to God for another beautiful day that He has made us to see. And today, the second day of summer, I see my little friend smiling and happy. Yes, we thank God. Thank you for everyone for joining. So we're going to go to our today's story. Okay. So who know on Thursday, what did we celebrate on June 19? Who know what did we celebrate on June 19? June 19, what did we celebrate? That was, yeah, that was holiday. You didn't go to school. So today, for our story time, we are talking about this same Juneteenth, okay? It is time to say welcome to you, my friend. It is time to say welcome to you, my friend. It is time, it is time, it is time to say welcome to everyone. Yes, Grace, remember that we celebrate Juneteenth. So, and Michael, I believe you do that as well on Monday.
I already stopped school.
Okay, but Juneteenth was on Monday, June 19th. So Juneteenth is a special holiday that we celebrate the freedom of enslaved African Americans in the United States. Juneteenth is also a time when our achievements are noted and the continuous self-development is encouraged. It gained freedom recognition in 2021 after a year of advocacy from Black community leaders. One of the leaders is Mama Opa Lay, who is often called the grandmother of Juneteenth. She labored tirelessly to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. And another name that Juneteenth is called is Freedom Day, Emancipation Day, Jubilee Day, or Liberation Day. Okay? So we are not too young to learn about these events because we are given the opportunity to stay home every June 19 to celebrate this day. Can we say our recitation for the day? Recitation. Who am I? Michael, who am I? I'm a genius kid with positive pride. You can unmute. Let's read.
Who am I? I'm a paralytic kid with no.
Positive
Who am
pride.
I? I am a genius kid with positive pride. I don't allow bullying. I will strive to fulfill my destiny. So God help me.
Amen. Say we are all genius kids. No matter how little we are all genius. We are smart, intelligent, okay? And God will help us in fulfilling our destiny day by day in Jesus' name. So our Bible story for the week is John 8:32. It says, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Before the people get their freedom, they were living in bondage. The story we are going to talk about today is about people that were living in bondage and they got their freedom at last. But before they got their freedom, they were living in bondage. They know the difference when they got their freedom. Okay? So let us remember that Bible verse. John 8:32 says, you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And this ushers us today to our today's story time. So our today's story is titled Juneteenth and Jubilee Day Story. Will we tell our story, story? Will we tell our story, story? We will tell our story, 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 story. A long time ago, before 1980s, there were no complaints, no store, and big, big, tall buildings. Can you imagine this, everyone? There were some people who needed to work the land in the United States. There was a need for smart and strong workers. And so they went to Africa, different country there. Could we name any name, some of the African country? Could we name anyone? Grace, do you know any African country name?
Nigeria, Sierra Leone.
Okay, say mom, which other one do you know?
Ma, what other states is in Africa?
Okay, Michael, do you remember any African country name? African country, do you remember anyone? How many countries does Africa have? Yes, Ghana is one of them.
I have
Togo. We have a lot. We have Togo, we have Sierra Leone, we have Kenya, we have Jamaica. Anyone? Okay, so I'm still asking more, okay? So they brought them to the United States against their will, which wasn't okay. They were people, but they were called slaves. Those people made them work so hard, tiredly. But they never paid them, and they were never allowed to leave the plantation where they lived. You see, these are the people in those olden days time, many years ago. You see them, that the type of clothes they wear is different. And you see the background, how it look like. No update for them. Can you imagine how they felt? It was very unfair. That is what we call human labor. But there were also good people who were working to end the slavery, Black and white people, and they were eventually successful after a very long time effort. You know, slavery is not a good thing. No one liked to be in bondage. So during that time, there were no things like TV, no television, no phone to communicate. Information was written in letters and carried from one place to another. Yes, we said there were no TV, no phone to communicate. Information was written in letters and carried from one place to another on horses. Not everyone got, welcome now. Not everyone got the news at the same time. That slavery had ended, so it took 2 years for people to find out about it in Texas. You see this picture? You see this picture? It's telling us about Freedom Day, Juneteenth Freedom Day. So on June 19, 1865, people in that state did learn about it. When some 2,000 Union troops arrived in Galveston Bay in Texas, the Army announced that more than 250 enslaved Black people in the state were, you know, they will feel, they will be so excited, happy, jubilating everywhere. That day came to be known as Juneteenth by the newly free people in Texas. Wow. So Juneteenth gave people freedom, but it also gives us hope. Okay? Juneteenth also gives us hope. Why? This is something they are the longing for. You know, the people, they were in bondage, they do so much hard work. Some of them worked in the railing station. They worked to build the tunnel for the train. And also for the bridge, they worked so hard. So when they know about the freedom, they were very, very happy for a long time. So telling this story gives us the opportunity to know how important it was for people who had been treated so badly for so long to begin to experience a whole new ways of life, which is to be truly free, and that is always something to celebrate. Okay? Some of us that were in school, did you talk about this story in your school?
No.
Or you didn't talk about it in school? Grace, were you in school on Monday? Oh, it was holiday. It was holiday. But on Tuesday, they tell you something about Juneteenth.
Yes.
Okay.
But I didn't know that because on Friday was my last day of school.
Oh yes, Michael didn't go to school this week. So on last week Monday, this Monday we're celebrating Juneteenth. Okay, that was the holiday that we celebrated. Texas, they will do it so much more, but here in New York, we also celebrate that. So Texas became the first to acknowledge Juneteenth as a state holiday, which we now observe. So on this day, we go to stay at home from school, and some people may be at home not working that day. Because of this, many states have followed in recent years. Are we enjoying the story?
Yes.
So Juneteenth is a day to celebrate that our ancestors fought to be liberated. It's a time to celebrate their power, brilliance, and tenacity. So the historical legacy of Juneteenth shows the value of never giving up in uncertainty.
Oh, it is off. One on the table.
Okay?
Oh.
We are told never to give up. When we are in a situation that is so hard for us, that we cannot control, we should remember that it's not going to be forever. Okay? Because the people, when they were doing the hard work, doing so much work to make the United States of America become a better place that we are enjoying today, they did not give up. Okay, so they have hope that one day they will be free, and eventually they got their freedom. So, however, this holiday has deep roots in the southern United States, and many have celebrated this day for generations. Since 1980, Juneteenth has been celebrated. Okay? A closer look at the Emancipation Proclamation on September 22, 1862. President Lincoln issued the proclamation. Do we know President Lincoln? President Lincoln, that's one of our former presidents, Abraham Lincoln. Okay, he issued the proclamation on paper, warning to the rebelling Confederated States, which they choose to ignore. So if those states did not cease their rebellion and come back to the Union by January 1, 1863, the president asserted that he would decree all of the slaves free. So he gave the warning first. So after 2 years after that, the people got their freedom. They got their freedom. So that is all about Juneteenth. Welcome gift. We're talking about Juneteenth story. Okay? We talk about Juneteenth story, that there are some people that they bring out that they went to Africa to go and get. And we mention some of the African country name, which the white people went to go get a lot of people to come to United States of America to do a very, very hard work, hard labor, okay? So those people, they did not allow them to get any freedom. They didn't leave the farm, the plantation where they are working. They didn't ever have chance to leave the place. They work so hard, tirelessly, and they never pay them. But they have hope that one day they are going to get their freedom. And there are some people that was working along with them. We have some Black men, women, white men and women that were working with them so that the Black can get their freedom. You see this picture? It shows that there is chain in this end, shackles in this end. But when the freedom came, the shackles was broken. It was taken away and they got their freedom. Now people can do the type of job they want to do. Nobody will enslave you and force you to do what you are not willing to do. They were enslaved those time to do what they are not ready for, what they are not interested to do. They forced them to do it and they were not paying them. But after the freedom, people can choose what they like, what they want to do. They choose that. And that is the difference of freedom from bondage. Okay? Gift, that's what we are saying, sharing before you join the line, okay? So who can tell us about this story? Grace, what can you say about the story? What do you like from the story? Those days that there were no TV, no television. Can you imagine those periods? If you were born at that time, how will you feel? You can't watch no TV, no lights.
I will feel.
How will you feel?
I will feel sad.
Oh, because
how would you see and how would you walk in the dark? You won't see anything.
Yes. So television, from TV, we hear some information that we needed to know what is happening in another area. And that is a way that everybody can get information that is being passed through. Michael, do you have anything to tell to us about this story?
Yes, so if I'm born and there's no TV or phone, I'm still gonna be a little bit happy because I'm grateful for what I have.
Yes, yes, you should be grateful for what we have. I can remember when I was growing up too, before we have the opportunity to use phone, oh, it takes us a while. I remember those those days. And when phone was now being introduced, though there were phone, but it's only few people that are rich, that are in top position that can have access to phone. But nowadays, even little Bentel, I want to remember your name well. Bentel, even Sonny can use phone. If mommy give him phone, he's going to be watching his cartoon there. He's going to be doing a lot of things there. He have access to internet. But many, many years ago, more than 200 years ago, there was no access to phone that little kid can use. Now we have opportunity to use phone, to watch the TV, to do a lot of things. So those are the things that our ancestors passed through. And when they got their freedom, lives became new for them. Things was rosy for them and they were happy. You see, now kids can go to school, they can go to church, they can gather together to learn. Do anybody have something to say? What do you learn from the story? So we say that other names that we call Juneteenth is Freedom Day, Emancipation Day, and Liberation Day. And we also learned that continuous self-development is encouraged You know, after the people got their freedom, some of them were able to go to school to develop themselves, to study some courses that will help them to do a better job, okay? Because our ancestors fought to be liberated. They did not give up. They worked so hard, they fought, and they all got their freedom. So who remember which state first acknowledged Juneteenth as holiday? Which free state first acknowledged Juneteenth as holiday?
Texas.
Again?
Texas.
Texas.
Yes, Texas is the first state to acknowledge Juneteenth as holiday. And after that, people, as I said, that people have the opportunity to go to church. And then those times, churches became what they learn from. They go to church then to learn the Bible. Some of them, that is the place they start school for the little kid. And it's also a place of socialization for other adults to come together to learn from. Sonny, how are you? You like the story?
Yes.
Yes, that's good.
Yes.
Story. What you learn from the story? What you learn from the story?
And dad and brother. See.
What you learn from the story? The people got their freedom. You see, they got their freedom. The chain was broken.
In addition to mommy, good evening, everyone. In addition to the teaching tonight, when I was reading about Juneteenth, it was so sad what our ancestors went through. And thank God for the freedom, and thank God for their service to humanity. And I just want to encourage everybody on the platform tonight that never give up. There's always hope in everything in life. And as a young one, never give up. Just keep believing and work towards perfection. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah. Thank you, ma. You hear what mommy said, that we should never give up. Okay, the school year is coming to an end now. We are happy. And we're going to have some moments of break. So when you're going back to school, it's going to be a new class, a new grade. They're going to be teaching you a new thing. So you are not going to give up. Okay, you are going to relax to learn the new thing. And when you are in the break, you're during your break time, you have to still study. We are encouraged to do what? To keep developing ourselves. Study, work on your writing, do everything you can so that when you get to your new grade, you can come out shining, okay? Shining to be to have a good grade. Michael, you have something to say? Go ahead.
And also, since I have 92 days of break, they still gave me homework to do over the summer.
92 days. Wow, you have 3 months. That's good. Okay, so you're going to use your 92 days good. You are not going to play with them. So you're going to have fun time. You have time to go play outside, to play in the house, to go outing for your summer break, everything. But remember to do your best, okay? Okay? Thank you for sharing. Samuel, you have something for us? Samuel, you have something for us?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you all for joining. Do you have any other contribution? Okay, in absence of that, I appreciate you all for joining today's story time. And we have also learned about what happened so many years ago about Juneteenth story. Okay, now we are enjoying the benefits. Our ancestors, they worked so hard. But for us today, we are enjoying the benefits. We have a day of holiday, and we have a moment to share from their experience. So let's keep doing our own best, okay? Let's keep doing our own best. And I wish you a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day, okay? On Saturday, we have a birthday party coming. You can all join, okay? Have a good day, everyone.
Is the birthday party at church?
No, not at church.
That's not church.
It is time to say bye-bye to you.
There.
And it is time to say bye-bye to you.
And
It is time.
mommy